$29 million. That's what Michael Jordan wanted for his 56,000 square foot Highland Park estate, the largest single-family home in the Chicago area. It sat on the market for 12 years. In 2024, it finally sold for $9.5 million, a price drop of nearly $20 million on the most famous celebrity mansion in Illinois. But Jordan's mega estate is just one story on a map most people have never seen. From Olympic champions and billionaire hedge fund titans to presidents, rock legends, and the man behind the original Playboy Mansion, we are counting down 10 celebrity homes across Chicago and its wealthiest suburbs, ranked by the drama hidden in their deeds. Starting at number 10. In the 10th place, Simone Biles brings Olympic gold to Chicago, at least. That's the headline. In 2025, Biles and her husband, NFL safety Jonathan Owens, made waves with a public announcement. They had found a new home in the city, ready for Owens' season with the Bears. The buzz quickly spread through Realtor.com, Hello Magazine, and sports outlets, each repeating the story of a palatial condo somewhere on the near north side. But when it comes to the hard facts, address, deed, purchase price, Chicago's public records stay silent. A search of the Cook County Recorder's files turns up no deed under Biles, Owens, or any related LLC. The MLS offers no listing tied to their names. Even the building remains a mystery, with no street, no square footage, and no parcel number to anchor the claim. What's left is a trail of Instagram stories and news blurbs, confirming only that the couple intended to make Chicago home for the NFL season. This entry lands at the bottom of the countdown for one reason. In the world of luxury real estate, a celebrity's word is just the beginning. Until the deed is filed and the address appears in the county ledger, a mansion remains a rumor. The Biles-Owens Chicago condo stands as a reminder that in this documentary, every claim must be tested against the record. With that, the countdown moves from rumor to reality. Number 9. R. Kelly's Olympia Fields estate reveals the dark side of celebrity real estate in Chicago. At the height of his music career, Kelly bought this 8,600 square foot mansion in 2001 for $4.5 million, a sprawling 5-bedroom property with a private theater, swimming pool, and a gated driveway just south of the city. But the promise of suburban luxury quickly unraveled. By 2010, federal tax liens appeared in the court docket and unpaid bills began to stack up against the title. Foreclosure hit in 2014, freezing the property in legal limbo while code violations piled up. Everything from roof leaks to pool hazards and overgrown landscaping, all documented in city records. In 2019, the home finally went to auction. The hammer price was just $1.2 million, a staggering drop of more than 70% from its original purchase. That decline stands as one of the sharpest on record for a celebrity mansion in the Chicago suburbs. Today, the estate sits quietly under the ownership of Metro Real Estate Investments LLC, the pool still drained, the house vacant and listed for rent. A new roof was permitted in 2021, but the property story remains a cautionary tale. It shows how tax liens and municipal violations can gut the value of even the grandest suburban estate. Number 8. John Hughes' Lake Forest estate stands as a tribute to the creative force behind some of America's most beloved teen films. Tucked into 2.8 acres of North Shore Green, this 10,200 square foot colonial revival mansion was purchased by Hughes in 1992 for $3.8 million, a price that, even then, signaled both taste and ambition. The house itself is stately, with white columns, a sweeping driveway, and grounds that once hosted family gatherings and quiet writing days. But what sets this property apart is the 1,200 square foot studio built in 1995, permitted and recorded in Lake Forest's building department. This wasn't just a home office, it was a dedicated screenplay laboratory, soundproofed and outfitted for marathon writing sessions. The studio remains intact, a rare example of a purpose-built creative space within a private residence. After Hughes' passing in 2009, the estate stayed in family hands, carefully maintained rather than flipped or subdivided. In 2015, the heirs sold off 0.8 acres of the original parcel for $2.1 million, but the main house and studio remain under the Hughes family trust. Unlike properties that have faded into neglect or been gutted for profit, this estate is a study in stewardship. a place where legacy isn't just a word, but a living, working reality. The Hughes Mansion is not the priciest on the list, nor the flashiest, but it's the only one where the walls themselves might remember the birth of a Hollywood classic. Number 7. Eddie Vedder's Evanston Ranch rewrites the script for what a celebrity mansion can be. Known worldwide as the frontman of Pearl Jam, Vedder turned away from traditional luxury and made a statement in sustainability. The address is a mid-century modern spread tucked into a quiet, leafy block just north of downtown Evanston. When Vedder bought the 4,500-square-foot home in 2001, it was a solid but unremarkable ranch. That changed with a $1.1 million retrofit that would set the standard for green living in the city. Between 2003 and 2005, the property underwent a transformation. Contractors installed a 12-kilowatt solar array, rainwater harvesting systems, and, most striking of all, a living roof thick with native grasses and wildflowers. The upgrades did not just win design points. In 2006, the home became the first private residence in Evanston to achieve LEED Gold certification from the U.S. Green Building Council. Utility records filed with the city show a dramatic 70% drop in annual electricity costs, making sustainability a bottom-line win as well as a badge of honor. The house stands out not for its size or its price tag, but for the way it redefines celebrity status in the Chicago area. Where others chased historic preservation or high-tech amenities, Vedder chose energy efficiency and environmental impact. The living roof, visible from above, marks the house on Evanston's Sustainable Homes map. After a 2021 storm, city permits document a full rooftop replacement, proof that the commitment to green living was not a passing phase. Vedder's ranch is more than a home. It is a pioneer, showing that in the world of celebrity mansions, sustainability can be the ultimate luxury. Number 6. Vince Vaughn's Lake Forest estate tells a story of old-world grandeur meeting modern ambition on Chicago's North Shore. Best known for his quick wit on screen, Vaughn brought a different kind of negotiation to the table in 1998 when he purchased this 14,000-square-foot Tudor Revival mansion for $4.2 million. Set deep within Lake Forest's leafy historic district, the property's limestone facade and original 1925 details make it a textbook example of suburban prestige. Think leaded glass, timbered gables, and a carriage house tucked behind a manicured drive. But the real headline came in 2003 when Vaughn petitioned Lake Forest's Historic Preservation Commission for a variance, a rare request in a town fiercely protective of its architectural heritage. The goal was to add a contemporary glass solarium to the south wing. After 2 public hearings and a round of heated neighbor debate, the commission granted approval, marking the first time a modern glass structure was allowed on a 1920s Tudor estate in Lake Forest. The solarium, with its steel beams and floor-to-ceiling panes, now stands as a transparent bridge between tradition and innovation, serving as Vaughn's personal office and a gathering spot for private charity events. Vaughn did not stop at the solarium. Between 2001 and 2004, he invested another $2 million in restoring the limestone exterior, updating the roof, and bringing the HVAC into the 21st century, all while maintaining the property's historic integrity. In 2005, a dispute with a neighbor over garage height was resolved through city mediation, a reminder that even Hollywood clout must answer to local codes. In 2022, Vaughn tested the market with a $9.8 million listing, a bold leap from his original investment. Despite the price tag and the home's unique blend of history and modernity, the estate remains unsold, still held in trust and quietly occupied. The grounds, visible from the street and by drone, host charity galas and private gatherings, while the solarium's glass walls reflect a suburb where preservation and progress can, occasionally, shake hands. Vaughn's mansion stands as a case study in how celebrity owners can rewrite the rules, one variance at a time. Number 5. Oprah Winfrey's Streeterville condo portfolio flips the script on what it means to own big in Chicago. While most celebrities on this list poured their fortunes into a single sprawling estate, Oprah played the city like a chessboard, acquiring, customizing, and sometimes donating luxury condos at some of the most coveted addresses in the city. Her real estate story starts at 199 East Lake Shore Drive, a pre-war co-op with an Art Deco lobby that whispers old money prestige. In 2004, Oprah secured Unit 6E for $5.6 million, a 4,600 square foot spread with 8 rooms, 3 full baths, and 2 fireplaces. The marble lobby alone is a destination, but it's the custom wine cellar and the hush of a private media studio that set this residence apart. After nearly a decade, she sold the unit in 2012 for $2.75 million, a rare case where even Oprah couldn't command a premium over her original buy-in. Her appetite for high-rise living didn't stop there. In 2008, she picked up a second property at 300 North Michigan Avenue, Unit 1508, dropping $8 million on a sleek, modern condo. By 2023, that same unit would set a new high-water mark for Streeterville, closing at $16.3 million, doubling her investment and proving that timing, as much as taste, can define a property's legacy. The secret sauce is a top-to-bottom designer fit-out, including a custom Bobby Burke renovation that reimagined the space for both privacy and panoramic city views. But the crown jewel of the portfolio is 1 South Michigan Avenue, Unit 1902. Oprah acquired this 4,500 square foot residence in 2015 for $12 million, then commissioned Kelly Wearstler for a $2 million interior transformation. The result is a home that blends Hollywood glamour with Chicago grit, anchored by a bespoke wine cellar and a full-scale media production studio. In 2020, Oprah made headlines by transferring a portion of this unit to her foundation, a move documented in Cook County deeds and IRS filings, a philanthropic twist that turns luxury into legacy. Across these addresses, Oprah's approach is less about making a single statement and more about building a portfolio of urban prestige. Each lobby, each skyline view carries her signature, but also tells a story of reinvention, sometimes for profit, sometimes for charity, always for impact. Unlike the single-unit record breakers, her holdings show that, in Chicago, the real estate game can be won by playing multiple hands at once. Number 4. Ken Griffin's number 9 Walton penthouse stands as the moment Chicago's luxury market recalibrated its own ceiling. Griffin, the founder of Citadel and a figure synonymous with high finance, made headlines in 2015 when he closed on the top-floor penthouse at 9 West Walton Street for $23.5 million. The deal's shockwave wasn't just about the headline number, it was the math behind it. At 4,800 square feet, the penthouse clocked in at a record $4,896 per square foot, a figure that instantly reset expectations for every other high-rise address in the city. This wasn't just a condo, it was a private urban estate perched above the Gold Coast, with an infinity-edge rooftop pool, floor-to-ceiling glass, and exclusive access to a members-only lounge. The building itself, completed in 2008, had already attracted a roster of chief executive officers and media moguls, but Griffin's purchase elevated number 9 Walton to a new stratum. The deal included a $500,000 credit for a custom kitchen build-out, documented in the Homeowners Association board minutes, and a separate service entrance that kept the family's comings and goings discreet. The transaction's impact was immediate and measurable. Within a year, neighboring units and rival towers began listing at or above $4,000 per square foot, citing Griffin's deal as the new benchmark. Chicago business and real estate analysts tracked a ripple effect through the Gold Coast and Streeterville, as luxury developers retooled their amenity packages and price points to chase the precedent set by this one sale. Even the building's Homeowners Association adjusted its reserve funds and amenity budgets in anticipation of a new class of buyers. The penthouse's amenities read like a checklist for urban royalty: a rooftop infinity pool with panoramic city views, a private terrace for outdoor entertaining, and a 24-hour concierge service. Griffin's family enjoys a level of privacy and security more commonly found in suburban compounds, all within walking distance of Michigan Avenue. The transaction is more than a record. It's a turning point, marking the moment when Chicago's luxury condo market began to play in the same league as Manhattan and Miami. The property remains under Griffin's Citadel Holdings LLC, a quiet fortress at the top of the city's most exclusive address. In a countdown of Chicago's celebrity homes, this penthouse is less about square footage and more about the power to change the rules for everyone else. Coming to the top 3, the original Playboy Mansion at 1340 North State Parkway stands as a monument to both Chicago's Gilded Age ambition and the city's mid-century counterculture. This is where Hugh Hefner, the founder of Playboy magazine, rewrote the rules of American celebrity living. Hefner bought the 72-room French Renaissance Revival mansion in 1959 for $400,000, a sum that even then signaled something more than just another Gold Coast address. Designed by James Gamble Rogers in 1899 for Dr. George Isham, the mansion was already a piece of architectural theater, with a limestone facade, carved balustrades, and a grand marble staircase that wound its way through a labyrinth of ballrooms and salons. What happened inside would become the stuff of legend. Hefner's tenure transformed the mansion into a private playground, complete with a swimming pool, a bowling alley, a sauna, and the infamous round bed. The rooftop once sported a neon Playboy sign, visible for blocks, while the basement's party rooms became a who's who of the 1960s and the 1970s nightlife. But the real twist in the story is what happened after the parties ended. By 1974, Hefner had decamped to Los Angeles, leaving the mansion as a relic of its own excess. For a time, it sat in limbo, its fate uncertain as the Gold Coast itself began to shift from private palaces to high-rise condos. The next chapter belongs not to a celebrity, but to the transformation of the city itself. In 1984, the School of the Art Institute of Chicago, SAIC, stepped in, leasing the property for a symbolic $10 a year and renaming it Hefner Hall. By 1993, SAIC had purchased the mansion outright, with the deed recording a $3.2 million transaction. The city's Landmarks Commission soon designated the exterior as protected, ensuring that the limestone, stained glass, and ornate plasterwork would be preserved for generations. Today, the building serves as student housing and artist-in-residence quarters, its ballrooms converted into communal studios, its grand staircase still echoing with footsteps, but now of emerging artists, rather than celebrities. Unlike so many celebrity properties that vanish behind gates or get gutted for profit, the original Playboy Mansion bridges eras. Its transformation from private hedonism to public stewardship is rare among Chicago's trophy homes. The mansion is now part of the city's landmark register, and while the interior is mostly off-limits, the facade remains a destination for architecture buffs and curiosity seekers alike. On select days, limited tours offer a glimpse inside, but for most, the building's story is told from the street, where history, scandal, and civic purpose all converge at the corner of State Parkway and Bank Street. In a countdown of Chicago's most significant celebrity mansions, this one stands not just for who lived there, but for how a city can reclaim and repurpose its most storied addresses. Number 2, the Kenwood residence of Barack and Michelle Obama stands as one of Chicago's most quietly significant addresses. At 5046 South Greenwood Avenue, this three-story Georgian revival home sits behind a canopy of mature trees in a neighborhood known for its historic mansions and its proximity to the University of Chicago. Built around 1910 by Bishop and Company, the house offers 6,500 square feet of living space across 14 rooms, a scale that feels stately but never ostentatious, especially by the standards of presidential real estate. The Obamas purchased the property in June 2005 for $1.65 million, a figure recorded in Cook County public deeds. That price, for a landmark protected home in Kenwood, reflected both the neighborhood's enduring prestige and the house's architectural pedigree. The brick facade, limestone trim, and symmetrical windows are all preserved under Chicago's historic landmark register, which strictly limits exterior changes. Any upgrades have had to blend with the original vision, ensuring that the house remains a time capsule of early 20th century domestic design. Yet, the story of this home isn't just about adaptation. When Barack Obama entered the national spotlight, the property became the focus of intense security planning. Between 2009 and 2011, city permits document the installation of temporary Secret Service fencing and enhanced street lighting. In 2014, a zoning variance was granted for a private driveway designed to accommodate official motorcades without disrupting the block's historic rhythm. Even the city's public works got involved, funding new tree plantings and curb redesigns along Greenwood Avenue in 2017. Each modification was carefully recorded, balancing the requirements of presidential security with the neighborhood's commitment to its historic character. Inside, the Obamas invested in a renovation led by designer Kelly Wearstler, completed in 2006. The project added a private media studio and modernized family spaces, with building permits showing a $2 million interior upgrade. Still, the overall feel remains domestic and restrained. Unlike the sprawling compounds or penthouse areas favored by other high-profile Chicagoans, this house projects a sense of rootedness, a family home first, a symbol second. Today, the property remains under the Obama's ownership, its privacy protected but its facade unchanged and visible from the street. Security is still present, but the block retains its quiet, neighborly feel. The address at 5046 South Greenwood Avenue is more than just a stop on a celebrity mansion tour. It is a study in how public life and private residence can coexist without ever losing sight of the architecture and community that make Chicago's historic neighborhoods enduringly desirable. And finally, in first place, Michael Jordan's Highland Park estate stands as the undisputed heavyweight of Chicago celebrity real estate. The address, 29,929 West Old Mill Road, carries a kind of mythic status among North Shore mansions. Built between 1995 and 1998 as a private sanctuary for the six-time NBA champion, this is not just a house, it's a statement, both in ambition and in sheer scale. Sprawling over 56,000 square feet on a 5-acre lot, the property includes 9 bedrooms and 15 full bathrooms, and a full regulation-size indoor basketball court that alone cost more than most suburban homes. The main drive winds through mature trees before arriving at the iconic black iron gate, emblazoned with a towering 23, Jordan's jersey number, now as much a part of Chicago's visual landscape as the skyline itself. Inside, the amenities read like a billionaire's wish list. An indoor pool pavilion, a full-size putting green, a cigar lounge, a custom media studio, and a wine cellar built for private tastings. The kitchen is a chef's playground, while the dining room seats at least 20 under a chandelier the size of a small car. The master suite stretches across its own wing, with a spa bath, fireplace, and private terrace. But it's the basketball court, full regulation length with locker rooms and bleachers, that cements the estate's legend. For years, stories circulated about pickup games with NBA stars and late-night shooting sessions, all behind those gates. The financial saga of this property is as dramatic as anything in Jordan's career. When it hit the market in 2012, the asking price was $29 million, a figure that set jaws dropping across the real estate world. But the ultra-luxury market in Chicago proved stubborn. Year after year, the price dropped. $27 million, then $25 million, then $22 million, then $18 million. By 2015, the listing sat at $14 million, with no takers. In 2020, an auction was announced, only to be canceled when bids fell short of the reserve. The gate stayed locked, the lights stayed on, and the house became a kind of real estate legend, whispered about by brokers, envied by fans, and studied by market analysts. 12 years after that first listing, the saga finally ended. In March 2024, the deed transferred to an investment group for $9.5 million. The buyer, named in county records as John Cooper of Hahn Capital, closed the deal after 4,388 days on the market. The per square foot price had collapsed from $517 per square foot at the original listing to just $169 per square foot at closing, a record drop for a Chicago area mansion of this caliber. The estate, once the city's largest single-family residence, had become a cautionary tale of market volatility at the top end. The amenities remained untouched, the 23 gates still gleaming, but the numbers told a different story. Even a global icon's name can't guarantee a quick sale in the world of ultra-luxury real estate. Today, the property is held by XYZ Investment LLC. The facade is meticulously maintained, the main house preserved almost exactly as Jordan left it. No museum conversion, no public tours, just a fortress of privacy with a legacy that echoes far beyond its walls. For anyone who has ever driven down Old Mill Road and glimpsed the 23 through the trees, the house stands as the ultimate symbol of Chicago's intersection of fame, fortune, and the real estate market's unforgiving math. If every mansion on this list tells a story, Michael Jordan's estate is the epic, the one that brings the countdown home and leaves the city with a legend you can still see from the street. Across all 10 of these Chicago area mansions, one thing is clear. Fame doesn't just leave its mark on the world stage, but on real streets, under real roofs, with price tags that rewrite the map of prestige. These homes prove that celebrity status is etched into neighborhoods as much as headlines. Which Chicago celebrity house have you driven by or wish you could? Drop your story in the comments below.